Hello and welcome to Anugraha Yoga. My name is Renee, and today we continue with our yoga series where we've been discussing the yamas and the niyamas in our daily life and in our practice. If you have not yet seen the previous videos on the yamas and the first niyama, and those would be both discussion and practice videos, please go check them out. Let me know what you think about them and come back here. Today we continue with the second niyama, and this is Santosha, and it is contentment. And contentment takes us back to the core of our being, takes us into ourself. We want to recognize just what contentment and happiness means for us and how to achieve, how to gain this contentment. We work towards being contented with our life. As we work on this niyama, we will recognize that contentment is different from pleasure, different from comfort even, and that we can have a certain level of pleasures or comforts around us and still be discontented, still be unhappy. And so we want to really begin to look into our lives and see, what is going on. So if we look at Santosha, we want to notice where we are seeking contentment. Because if we are looking outside of ourselves, if we are looking externally for satisfaction, maybe a different job or a different partner or a different space even, we have to remember that in each moment for us to be happy, we still have to find some measure of contentment in where we are. We have to be happy where we are in that moment. And so, yes, we want to achieve, we want to work towards different things, but at the same time, if we keep looking outward for satisfaction, if we keep looking at what else is there, then we will still be unhappy. So we look at what our attachments are, what draws our energy in terms of looking towards what we like, what we're trying to work towards, what we want to achieve, and even what we dislike and what we don't want in our space, what we're trying to pull away from. And really beginning to notice how that is separate from the core of our being, how that is separate from you and your inner space, and trying to bring ourselves into this space where we are content. We want to also look towards not just seeking outwards, but noticing what disturbs us in terms of our emotional space, remembering that a yoga practice is not just focused on physical body, but on our heart, on our mind, and our actions and interactions, all of that. So we want to notice what will disturb us on an emotional level, what emotional attachments we have, and just beginning to find a measure of either being content with our discontent or noticing what we need to shift and what we need to adjust to come into a state of greater contentment. If we think about this some more, we will begin to ask ourselves, well, how do we work on this niyama? How do we work on Santosha? And the answer is in non-seeking outside of ourselves, turning inwards and beginning to build our sense of gratitude. And in doing this, we build our appreciation for what we already have, what is already in our space, what brings us joy, what is abundant in our life, and it protects us, our gratitude practice, from our own pettiness, our own smallness, our own seeking outwards. And gratitude keeps us centered in this joy that we find when we are content. My husband and I recently looked at a movie called The Tale of the Princess Kaguya, where a princess was born into a forest and her dad was looking, oh, he wanted her to be a royal princess. And so he was seeking for the riches and the manor house and the very noble husband for her, when in reality, all she really wanted was to be, you know, back in her space, in her area, in the heart of where she came from. And so it is for us to go within and to begin to notice what is there. Notice what we already have in abundance. Notice what brings us joy, what brings us peace, what brings us contentment. And I just wanted to once more read from Deborah Adele's work. And this time she is, in speaking about contentment, she says, Santosha, or contentment, is performing duty and right action with pure joy. It is the true understanding that there is nothing more that can or does exist than this very moment. When we are purely in the moment is complete. When we do something in the moment to fulfill an expectation for another moment, for instance, exercising to get our bodies to look a certain way, rather than for the pure joy of movement, we will miss contentment. When action is complete in the moment and the process is enjoyed for the pure joy of the process, then action becomes being and being becomes contentment. And so it is something that sounds very simple, but also something that is very deep and takes, I think, a lot of practice, a lot of inner work. And it is for us to recognize that it is a practice that we keep coming back to again and again and again, and noticing what pulls us away and what brings us back to our core. So this is the end of our discussion for Santosha. Please check out the video that will come next, which will be a practice on our mats so that we can practice contentment. Thank you again. Hey guys, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. Please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. If you have a question or a comment, leave it down below. And follow me at Anugraha Yoga TT on Facebook and on Instagram. Thanks again. Bye.